Hi everyone, this is Sunny. Welcome back to my channel. If you're not new, I have a pick a card reading for you guys. I don't know if it's going to be quick. Sometimes I have been saying that for the last few readings, but I'm not very quite sure if I'm doing them fast enough for you guys, but I'll allow this to kind of go and flow. So I have 3 piles for you guys. I have 3 pins, and in case you're wondering, I can actually show you a close-up of each pin, by the way. So starting from the left to the right, I have pile 1, which is the dog pin. And then the next one, see, this is from Real Monsters, but I don't remember his name. I think it might start with an M. I forgot, it's been a while, but I've had this for quite some time. And last but not least, I have the cat. Oops, 2 cats to be exact. So again, the question for today, I don't even think I mentioned it, sorry. The question for today is going to be, what's it like watching you from afar? So think of yourself in your energy, not a specific person in mind, but just someone that maybe you kind of watch from afar, from a distance, maybe someone you could see on the grocery store or something. So again, take what resonates, but I will start with the first one. So remember to stop the video if you feel like you need more time to contemplate on the energies. I'm going to center these a little bit more. And I will start with you, pile number 1. So, pile number 1. Oops. You guys have 7 of Pentacles upright. Justice card upright. And the 6 of Cups reversed. Pile 1, what's it like to watch you from afar? I think people just like to watch, I honestly feel that people just like to enjoy looking at, maybe it's like, if it's not your social media, they enjoy looking at you pass by and doing your own thing. I think they're very much people who like to observe you. I don't know why specifically they must find you interesting, but there must be a reason. Maybe it's your looks particularly, or maybe they're someone that they can relate to because of what you do. Maybe they can see the person that you've grown into has been very different from the person they grew up with. You might have been a childhood crush, or maybe they just find you very fascinating because you kind of drifted apart or something, but it just feels like you're the kind of person that you attract eyes wherever you go. I do feel that you're someone that looks like you're well maintained. I think you're someone that gives off strong Libra energy. So maybe you're someone that's very social, but you didn't give them that social interaction to particularly to the people that you're thinking about, or the people that stare at you, because they're not exactly your cup of tea, or they're not good people. They're just not people that kind of treated you the way you should have, if that's the case. Or there's someone that if they did, they really admire you, that you grew up to be a fine young lady or a fine young man. Very likely someone who looks very prestigious. Maybe you're extremely well educated or well versed in many subjects, and maybe you weren't always that way. You could also have been someone that was very judgmental and maybe talked, behind people's backs or something. And then you kind of switched that up. That tune kind of switched over. But I do think you're someone that's mature. You're someone that might have been childish, or maybe someone that was naive, or just spoke out of their ASS because they wanted to. Who isn't a dumb child or a dumb teenager at some point? I don't think myself I was always the greatest. I mean, yes, I was witty, but that didn't mean I was always witty in the smart way. I just didn't, Everyone can be like that. I didn't always have my moments of maturity, and that kind of shows over time that you're someone who emotionally matured. You kind of keep to yourself when it's needed, but also you kind of speak with reason. You're not going to just talk out of your, behind. And I do think you're someone that I think maybe people have a crush on you, but they don't kind of tell you. But they just like to look at you. It feels very much like the kind of people that oh look, there she goes. I keep wanting to say the line, there she goes again. I want to sing the song. But anyways, I do think that you're someone that maybe you could give off this callous energy, or that vibe, but you're not really callous. I don't feel that you are. It feels someone that's very fair. You're someone that's just not going to step out of line if needed. You're someone that's going to remain in your domain, but in power, in authority. So you're someone that demands respect. I don't feel that people kind of cross you just because. But again, that's what it's like to watch you from afar. You're someone that stands high in their ground, and it doesn't mean you're necessarily lonely all the time, but it just feels like you're someone that you could be good with people and you could be good without them. It's not a necessary thing for you to have them around, but it does feel that if they wish to talk to you and speak to you, they would have to kind of work at it, and it would take a lot of effort and work from their part to kind of get to know you, because you've changed a lot from the person that they could not possibly think you are, or that you were at some point, right? So take this with a grain of salt, pile one, but I do think that you guys would, I very much think you've blown up as well. I think you've put a lot of money and effort into your looks. I think maybe you're someone that had a glow up, a physical glow up, and it shows. Like, you have the 8 of Pentacles to the Justice card, and then that cup energy. It just kind of gives like that, it gives off a very sensual vibe as well. So maybe you're the kind of person that doesn't always mean that you were ugly. It just means that you weren't necessarily focused in your looks before because you had other priorities in your life, and then in this moment it's different. So again, take what resonates. Not everyone's gonna feel like I'm the prettiest person in the whole world, because I'm not trying to say that you are, but in their eyes you're someone that had quite a different look to them, right? So maybe that's why you chose the little dog here. I mean, that little dog is full with diamonds, so maybe you're the kind of person that gives off that Marilyn Monroe vibe, where it's like, diamonds are a girl's best friend. You give off like, you have to actually gift me things. You have to invest in me if you want me to look at you, or you have to put that effort in so that you can feel that I have that appreciation for you and that love for you. But again, it doesn't always mean that's superficial. It just means, it can be from time to time. So do take only what stands out to you specifically. And thank you all for watching. I will start with my next pile. Pile number 2. Oops. You have the Tower reversed. I don't think I'm so sorry. You have the 7 of Wands reversed. And again, I'm not even putting it centered. And last but not least, the Death card reversed. Wow. Interesting. I wonder why you chose this particular guy here. Does that resonate, pile 2? Mischievous energy? I don't know why I keep thinking, he reminds me of Louise from Bob's Burgers. It's Louise, right? Yeah, I'm not confusing her with Tina. With this one, I feel that you're someone that's gone through a lot of death and rebirth, someone who's gotten a lot of changes, internal changes. Maybe you've changed how you speak to people, how you approach yourself. It just feels like you're someone that from afar, they see you, that there's like this silent strength to you, but it's not something, it gives like, imagine, I think I remember that I heard in an interview, I think I saw a clip of Salma Hayek with Angelina Jolie, that she said that she described her as someone that could enter the room and you could feel her presence like floating. You couldn't see the effort in her walking. It just felt like someone that was very in flow of her motion. And it's interesting because that's how I would kind of describe you. You're someone that you make things look simple and easy and light because you just are very familiar with changes. You're very familiar with the deconstruction and construction of things and cycles, and how you can constantly change without, I think because you grew accustomed to many of these things, you make it look so effortlessly, and it's intimidating. That Death and the Tower is someone who has a lot of changes, sudden changes, chaos, but you thrive in that chaos, but you make it look so well put together. It's like Saturn and Capricorn, that was terrible. Saturn and Pluto. I don't know why I said Saturn and Capricorn, but it could be. Saturn and Pluto. That energy that's like heavy karmic placements, but heavy energy that is well handled with maturity. So I do feel that you're someone that's very restrained and very restrictive, but you have like a discipline to you. So you make things look well, and you make things look, oh, this makes sense. But once the person tries to do what you do, it's more difficult for them because they're not used to that energy. They're not used to the flow of, hey, you have to change. So you either you bring that change, or the change comes to you. So you're someone that can accommodate yourself to that. It kind of gives like that Rahu energy. So, you could have strong placements in those, for some, not everything. It's just a general reading, but I do think you encompass that. You also stopped fighting with yourself, I feel. So I feel that you might have been someone who maybe you were more critical about yourself, or you constantly had to fight over what you wanted, and finally you either let go of things and you kind of went with the flow, or you just traveled with those changes. It just feels like someone that knows how to navigate from the Tower to the Death card while still kind of being the Seven of Wands. Someone that has direction. You have direction and motion power, number 2. So I think that's what it's like to watch it from afar. You're someone that kind of knows how to navigate. It feels like you're the kind of, is it a person, I think it's a gondola. They kind of they navigate with their stick. I can't think of the word, but they can navigate with their stick. And then they sometimes pull up tricks, like they'll go over the bridge and then go back and jump into the canoe, right? The boat, the canoe. And they continue to do things so effortlessly. But when you try to do the same things, it's a lot of leg work. It's a lot of muscle. You have to move your arms in a certain way and kind of feel the rhythm of the water. So you make things look graceful. There you go. You're like a swan, and like little ducks, and basically most of the birds that are in the pond, that they look graceful when they're swimming, and then beneath them is their little feet paddling like crazy. So you're someone that is used to putting themselves into that pedestal. I accept the challenge. I accept the change. I will navigate it as best as I can. I also think you are very magnetic. Your aura just screams, I'm dignified. I'm someone that screams that you should not disrespect me. But I also am the kind of person that would help you if needed. You're someone that kind of helps guide people. So that's what you scream. Not what you scream, but your energy, or that from afar. That's the kind of personality you go, And again, it also feels like you're mischievous. I want to note that. And maybe you're serene, but there's some chaos to you. It's just interesting. I keep thinking, like, maybe there's a reason why you picked this little middle guy from the monster show, but it feels like you're someone that's like, maybe you're little and petite and you pack a punch. You have a spicy attitude, but not spicy as in always have to be temperamental, but someone that can sass it out. You're someone that can dish it out if needed. I think you're someone that moves, like, you sneakily move into locations that most people can't. So I do think you're a great navigator, by the way, Pile 2, so that's what it's like to see you from afar. There's this darkness to you, but there's a light into you, and you're someone that stopped fighting their demons, I feel. And you weren't befriending them either, but you're someone that learned to break down those walls that you had. You're someone that kind of went through obstacles and learned from them, and those are your demons to deal with. But yeah, that's more or less what I have for you, Pile 2. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I think I'm rambling on, so I'm not going to say anything anymore. Last but not least, I have Pile 3. You guys have the Sun card upright. Your next card is, let me place it down, Knight of Swords reversed. And your final card is the Hangman reversed. So Pile 3, let me center it. What do people see from afar? You're someone that's full of joy in life, a very creative person. I think you know how to express yourself, and maybe have strong Leo placements in your chart. but someone that is very jovial. And I also think you're someone that is very creative, very self-expressive, maybe in how you speak, how you dress yourself. Maybe you have a child, but again, it's just someone that's in touch with their inner child, with that creativity, with that heart space. Very sunny disposition. And then also with the Knight of Swords reversed, you're someone that kind of goes in and out of that. If I have to show something creatively, I'm going to keep it to myself. And then once I'm ready, I'm going to show the world. So you're someone that kind of navigates that with like, okay, I'm going to go back, not cocoon myself too much, but kind of wait out to send out the message. I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to work on my craft. But I do think you're someone that is ready to take charge and take forth when it's needed. But you're soft. Very not emotional, like not emotional and messy, but someone that is in touch with their emotions, and that because they're in touch with their emotions, they can use that as creative fuel to kind of, express themselves. I do think you have a lot to share, but you don't always necessarily have the confidence to share it all the time. That's what they see from afar. But when you do, you shine bright. You shine very bright like the first card. So I do think that you have your moments where it's retrieving moments, gonna recharge those sun rays. And then once I'm done with what I'm doing, I'm going to go back into the world and I'm going to show how bright I shine. So maybe you could be, maybe you're like a theater person. Maybe you like drama, not like drama as in celebrity drama, but maybe you could, but it just feels more like you like acting, you like the theatrics, the excess of expression. I also think you're someone that's possibly also very good looking. Maybe you have like that sun-kissed glow skin, because it feels like this one's kind of out in the sun. The first card and the last card just kind of give me someone that was enlightened. So I do feel that you maybe have like that, you have light bulb moments and you kind of like, it shows in your face. So I do think from time to time, aside from like metaphorically speaking as well, but I do think literally speaking, you are someone that's kind of glowing all the time. So maybe you like to be outside when you can, or when you get a chance, because not everybody has a chance, but again, only take what resonates. The Hangman reverse is someone that takes action. I don't feel you stay too much in this thought process. So whatever you do have like concocting, I feel like you have a good sense of direction when you need it. You're someone that's not going to stay up in that mind and like, oh, I don't know what to do. So I do feel that you take forth an action, but I do think you're kind of good at like creativity things. It's just someone that likes to have fun. You like to maybe go out and play and have a good time, and people can see that. That's what they see from afar. They see you someone who maybe is always playing out with kids or animals, because that's what the first card also kind of entails. Second card as well, there's another horse, so maybe you give horse girl energy or horse boy energy. I don't think that's even a word, but I've heard it. But more so people who enjoy having that interaction with horses, or enjoy having interaction with animals. It's just animals kind of possibly also calm you down, and you also help soothe animals as well with your energy, because you have such a loving energy. It's like you're very giving. It's like, I want to give you this, and you're gonna give me this, and we're gonna have fun. So again, someone that's very nurturing, but not motherly nurturing, or someone that's nurturing like in a friend way or in a childlike way. It's very youthful, someone that wants to play, so you maybe play around and horse around with animals a lot too. But I do think there's something about, there's this glow to you, this energy, there's things coming from that heart space that really kind of shine through. They can see your pure intentions overall. You're someone that could be, from time to time, naive, but naivete is not necessarily a bad thing, because you can, it still feels like you're someone that's pure-hearted. So again, this is great when you're using this discretion, and you know when to use your pureness, things that come from the heart, but not all the time. But from time to time when it's needed, when you're around kids and animals and your creativity, go for it. That's what makes you shine. It gets out the best colors out of you. So that's what people think when they stare at you from afar. Pile number 3, very interesting. You're someone that's worth looking at. Maybe that's the reason why you chose the cats, by the way. They come in twos, and maybe there's like a nurturing energy too. There's like a friend in you. I keep thinking of Aladdin, the genie, right? I forgot his name. Oh my god. I love that movie and I can't think of the genie's name. Or is he just called Genie? I think he just called Genie. So again, take what resonates. So there could be a connection as to why you chose the black cats. It's not necessarily always dark. It just means you're someone that's very sunny and interesting, and I do think that you could possibly always be seen with people, around people, and they never see you quite alone. It's like you're always having fun. You're out there, you're having fun, you're expressing yourself and your self-expression, and being in touch with your inner child. So I hope that helped Pile 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and thank you very much for staying to the very end if you did. Have a lovely day because you deserve it, and it's needed to be heard from time to time, okay? Not everybody deserves, not everybody tells you that enough. So I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves and have a great day, and not because I'm forcing you to, it's optional. So again, subscribe to my channel if you guys enjoyed this, and bye-bye.